What's going on, y'all? I ain't talking about absolutely nothing. Single life, seeing who else out there want to pop in and say something. I've been hanging out on TikTok lately, talking to them young people. I really like Gen Z. I don't know about y'all, but I really like them young people. They something else, but they're interesting. And to be honest with you, I don't mind learning. Oh, let me do this. And put if anybody come in and want to join the stage, come on in. You're always welcome. Here we go. In that. There we go. Oh. Well, hello, friend. How are you? I just thought I'll pop in and see if anybody will come in. How you doing this evening? I've been I got the link in the comment section if you want to come on, or you can stay in the chat if you want to, but it's there. I just came back from throwing some stuff out. I said I was gonna take my time and start getting rid of stuff. You know what I mean? I cleared out my pantry. I had some canned goods and stuff in there since 2021. That happens, when you single and live alone. I come from a big family, so I've had to train myself. Oh wow, how you feeling? I did a video the other day and posted it. It's a black doctor that was reminding people about um the summer strands of COVID. How you feeling? I caught COVID, and I was the first person that me and everybody I know to catch COVID in March 2020. Girl, it almost took me out of here. It ain't as bad as it was back then, but COVID in general, it ain't good. How you feeling? You help me. Got you. Oh, you saw that? Good, good. So when did you get tested, or when you take your test and find out that you was positive? Are you coughing? Yeah. Let me think about some of the things I did. It's been so long. That Mucinex, it's a Mucinex D for your chest. I took that. I also um okay, yeah, lots of coughing. And keep coughing too. Um if you got a back scratcher, you live alone, right? If you got a back scratcher, I used to take that back scratcher and pat my back to help me cough because my chest, it was horrible. But I took some of that Mucinex DM that helped with my coughing. My doctor also gave me a Z pack that helped. Um, and back then I boiled um yes, Mucinex. You got Mucinex, Robitussin, DM. So the Robitussin and the Mucinex, those two different things, right? That the ones that come, it's they pills they in that box. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me look for see what it say. I know I got some in my cabinet. Hold on. This how can I take that thing? Yep, elderberry is good. I took this. I'm gonna tell you something else that I took too. That helped. I put that Vicks on my chest. Um, and I took a lot of steam baths. Like I would go in my bathroom and I would close the door and turn on the shower and the sink and let all that hot water steam, and I would sit in there for hours. Welcome on in. I see we got other people. We just chatting, talking about COVID. If anybody got any recommendations on if you had COVID, please throw them in the chat. Um, just hanging out on a Saturday, you know, empty nesting and being single and looking for those that living like me. Well, awareness. I hope you feel better, but and a drink and always have a lot of full of fluids. I drank a lot of fluids too. Only Robitussin can take the Mucinex B because got you. Okay. I tell you something else. I took orange peels like an orange. Because remember this when I had it was in the very beginning. There wasn't nothing out there. God guided me through that thing. I saw a natural healer online, and he said I took the orange peels from oranges and I boiled them on the stove, and that steam from the oranges I would like lean over and smell the steam, and it made me cough. It hurt, but it made me cough and get some of that mucus up. If you got some oranges, do that too. If anybody I see, please hit the thumbs up for those of y'all that came in. Also, if you want to join the conversation, I always have the link to join the stage pinned in the comments section. Just an organic conversation. There ain't no particular topic, just getting together and seeing what's going on the Saturday night. Yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub, hot showers. That's I did that. I did that a lot. Awareness. How many days in is it? Since you've been feeling this way, and that's another thing. A lot of people out here they don't understand. COVID is still very fluent out there. You know. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I said, you know, because I went years with my mask. I wouldn't take my mask off, and but see, I've gotten lax. And after I seen that note from the doctor, I said I got to start wearing my mask again. And when I stop, and I'm thinking all that had stemmed from COVID. I will have to upload StreamYard. Yeah. If you want to join my, well, if you coughing, I know you don't feel like talking, because it'd be hard to talk, you know, in COVID. I hate that you didn't call it. When did you start? How long has it been? How many days in? And that's the thing. I'm actually awareness. I don't even know if you was. I know I've told it on here, but I don't know you're aware, I'm in a post-COVID long haulers recovery study group. There are a lot of people that are suffering. Hopefully you don't, hopefully you get well and, you don't have any lingering conditions like I do. But I'm actually in a post-COVID long haulers recovery group. It's been 4 years for me. But I've been hanging out over there on TikTok and learning. Them young people, they'll teach you some things. Let me see. Make sure I ain't missing them. Hold on, y'all. Using citrus sting, mint pink, Himalayan salt. Okay. Yeah. Cause that, and make sure you and you get your rest too. But you definitely cough, make sure you and taking your medicine, because that ain't nothing to play with. And you've been blessed. This your first round with it? You fortunate. I mean, I feel like I got something in my eye. So you're on day 6. How long do they say it lasts now? About 10 days? How you think you caught it? Just being out and about or at work or something? And I think that's something I know. So I have a support group. And one of the things that the ladies talk about, and it's true, they don't talk about like people that's still dealing with the aftermath of having COVID. They want to act like, like life goes on, but there's a lot of people that's still dealing with the aftermath and the conditions of being very ill from that virus. I can tell the moment I feel my glasses on. The irritation in my throat. Yep, I remember the irritation, too much coughing to join. Yeah, that's why I said I didn't think you would. Now with that coughing, I know how that is. Lots of sleeping. I only recall waking. Yeah. I'm going to say a prayer for you. Lord Jesus, healer. I remember them days. Mm-mm-mm. Keep us posted. At least throw a comment or a thumbs up under a video or something, so we know you still, okay. Yeah. And that was ironic. That was a godsend, because I had started forgetting about I didn't even consider COVID in the summer, but when I was out, I started to see more particularly Asian people with their mask on. Like when I would go to my therapy sessions, my physical and occupational therapy sessions, and I would stop at Costco. I noticed that a lot more Asians had their mask on than, and I started paying attention, and I made a mental note that I need to start wearing mine again. And then I ran into that video that I shared, that they had the 2 summer strands of COVID that's still, going on. 10 days of isolation at the doctor's appointment is where I got. Oh, wow. Mm-mm-mm. Yep. I have I got a couple of doctor appointments coming up. I'm gonna have to definitely start back masking up. I got a doctor's appointment on Monday. I got, and I have mask in my car, but I definitely about to start putting my mask back on. But it's been a lot going on, y'all. I'm just taking it slow myself, to be honest. Trying to entertain myself. Maybe and try to sip you some chicken broth or something like that too. I know when I had I wasn't that hungry. couldn't eat that much. Maybe drink some tea or something. Wow. So you went through it. I'm surprised with the doctor's office. They ain't well, I guess everybody laxing now. They because I know for a while my doctor's office, um, they still had people wearing the mask even when it wasn't mandated no more, you know. But they didn't even have to tell me to keep wearing it. It took me a long time to quit wearing my mask. I think I have to look up the symptoms, but the last what if I remember correctly, I had all of them. It wasn't none I didn't have. I was talking to my mother about that the other day, and I told her about what, it was two new strands for the summer out. And my mother, she in her 70s, and she first thing she don't she quit going outside too much, since the pandemic. And I'll be trying to encourage her to, that she need to get back out more because you just can't sit in the house and any old excuse she can come up with to not go out. She don't mess around. Mm-mm-mm. Says California, where I live, has a major increase. I never stop wearing my mask. More concerned about its impact on lupus. Lots of tea daily. Got you. So I'm gonna have to look. Where my phone at? Let me see. I'm in New Jersey. Let me see if it's an increase in New Jersey. Is COVID on the rise? Yeah, this came out. Um, that's Chicago. Yeah, it's increasing across the country. Let me see what this one says. It says why COVID is surging this summer and what health experts say has changed. It says President Biden's Biden he also got tested positive for. That's why that was that video. I put that clip with the doctor on the Biden one. It says President Biden's positive test for COVID-19 on Wednesday is a sign of a broader trend. COVID cases are on the rise this summer, gauged by rising wastewater measures and an increase in hospitalizations. I didn't know it was an increase in hospitalizations. Many Americans have likely experienced the uptick firsthand over the past few weeks. They've either tested positive themselves or know someone else that has. Those two lines bloom on a home test. Even the COVID SARS V2 has joined the ranks of the respiratory viruses that will continue circulating and causing infections. A spike in cases like this summer still causes disruptions in people's lives, as well as some confusion over issues like tracking down tests, the best time to get vaccine boosters, and the latest advice on managing the infection. Mm. Because of lack of testing, because so many infections are likely that people don't even think to test. Wow. So it's the uptick everywhere. Mm. Well, I hope you feel better soon. That's for sure. Cause that ain't nothing to play with. Nothing to play with at all. Mm-mm-mm. And I'm trying to think. Is it the summertime that it increases more or the winter? I tell you what, people better start taking these realities a lot more serious. I know that. I know a lot of people don't take this stuff serious, and it. I know firsthand it's very serious. I don't go out much, but it's been increasing. But they did not want to emphasize because of elections. You know what? My mother said that too. I didn't. I thought she was just talking stuff, but she said that Biden didn't want people to know. So that's true. Mm. I don't listen. I don't get out as much since I caught COVID in 2020. It did something to me, and I'm still fighting to get back to me. It's crazy. I'm glad. Hopefully, every day I'll get better. Because it took me months, really years, because I'm still dealing with it. I was telling my daughter to be safe. Older you get, when you catch other people's germs, be harder to fight them off. So that is one good sign about living alone. I don't come across like, but when you go out, like like you say, because when I caught COVID, I didn't live with anybody. I was living by myself, and I still don't know to this day where I caught it. It was so early on. I said I caught it from the air. Yeah, I said she is. I I thought she was just talking stuff awareness. I'm about to call her and tell her. And everybody's so uptight. I got a friend, and he said, thinking about everything that's going on in the world and the elections and stuff, that when we talk, we can only talk about the election, Trump, once a day, because it's messing with his anxiety. But it is concerning. It really is. I can't imagine, to be honest with you. It'll be a point of no return if that man get back in office. The U.S. was in such disarray. I had never felt so unstable in my life. I've been trying to get myself mentally focused on trying to do something before the weather change, because I ain't did nothing in a long time, literally. And I don't want to just give up, because I'm 50. I turned 50 in March, and I ain't young, but I ain't old. And I said I don't want to be just sitting around here, you know, because I don't get out like I used to. But it all stemmed from depression, anxiety, and then COVID. That's a real thing. If Biden didn't catch, probably would not be discussed. Exactly. I know it wouldn't. I believe I live alone, but still use precautions, not cross contaminate or recontaminate using. Yep. Me too. I've been using paper everything for years now. And I know when I had COVID, I had it so bad. Oh my Lord. Mine was horrible, girl. Worst thing that ever happened to me, mine was so bad. I ended up I went to the hospital and then got scared and left there. It was just terrible. But it was like I was fighting against my own germs. I washed clothes every day. Well, I washed my sheets because I would wake up soaking wet. And I just never had experienced nothing like that before in my life at all. I've been hanging out on TikTok. I do little videos over there. I've been seeing it. Well, I guess it's been going on, but I definitely been seeing like it seemed like it's been a lot going on with Black women and being unalived and stuff like that. I am a chemical therapy treatment which suppresses my immune system. I'm on a chemical therapy. Got you. So that's rough. I had do you feel short of breath? I started getting those pumps after COVID. After having COVID, I started getting those okay. I start getting those I forget the name. See, I have brain fog. Like with people that have asthma for breathing, that might help too. Maybe get if you're breathing. Um, I took one of those too. They prescribed me one of those from having COVID too. I started using that because I had trouble breathing for a while. Yep. Listen, mine lasted for weeks. Mine was horrible. So you doing good, girl. Just keep going. And I tell you that steam in them bathrooms, that steam helped me a lot too. I had a chair. Matter of fact, I just took I had like folding chairs, two folding chairs. I just dropped them off at the Goodwill. I bought them before the pandemic, and the only time I ever used them was I put one in my bathroom, and I when I had COVID in 2020, and I would sit in that bathroom, for hours with that steam, because I went through like hot and cold spells. Um, and I just donated those chairs this week, the other day. And that's the only time I ever used. I only used one of them. But yeah, that hot steam in the bathroom should help. I know it did for me anyway. And that's crazy though to wake up and you be so wet like you didn't jumped in the pool. That ain't nothing to play with. Mm-mm-mm. Hold on. But yeah, I want to do something soon. I think I'm getting bored with myself. I'm getting bored. I know I need to to keep pushing myself. But I'm having to go to a lot more appointments because I go to occupational and physical therapy. Because I've been off work since January. It's it's actually it's scary to be honest. That was the one symptom I did not get. Oh, praise God, good for you. I have an nebulizer for breathing treatments. Yes, hot, cold. Yeah. So hopefully you on the down tick, that is Your symptoms is like you said, it may hopefully each day will get better. Cause there ain't nothing to play with. There ain't nothing to play with at all. And that elderberry too. And I know, what did my friend used to say? They like them wheatgrass shots, those that stuff was helpful too. Brain fog. Oh, the brain fog is none of, listen, brain fog is a real thing. It is a real thing. If I was not familiar with home, I would have been lost. Yep. I still go through confusion now. That brain fog is nothing to play with. And that's the one thing that people need to really like start to educate others on, because I didn't know about brain fog until I got it. Because I had never dealt with nobody with it before. And I would forget the most simplest things. I still forget the most simplest things. I have to put things in place to remind me and to trigger me to either do or remember some things. Because if I don't have those help aids in place, then I'm in trouble. So what? When I called it, I've been dealing with brain fog since I called it when I was 46. Yeah, I was 46 when had just turned 46. Um, because I called it, I started getting sick March 11th, 2020, and I turned 46 on the 16th of March that year. And I've been dealing with brain fog ever since. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me turn off this water. I was making me some tea. Hold on. Now, have you been in California? Are you from California, Awareness? You've been there all your whole life? I'm from the Midwest. I live on the East Coast, but I'm originally from the Midwest. I I've been on the East Coast since 2017. So how many is it? 7 years? Friends are telling me to anticipate symptoms. Yep. Drinking lots of super greens. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, them alarms, they lifesavers. Listen, if I don't have them alarms, I'm in occupational therapy right now. I've been in that since April to try to help work on my memory, because my memory has been impacted. And it's people that's in that post recovery group is how I got in this program to help with my memory. So it's been people that have been in that group since over a year. But I've had these symptoms longer than everybody in the group. I became a part of the group later. So I've had my symptoms longer than everybody in the group, because I had COVID before everybody. But I didn't find the group. My doctor had referred me, and I found that group later than the ladies that have been in there. But yeah, it's even my doctor had been talking about maybe I need to go on a permanent disability, because change really bothers me. And then my memory, like, I freeze a lot of times. Like if you throw, I'm not quick and witty like I used to be. And that's my reality. It's been hard for me to accept that, um but it's a reality. And you can't ignore what's real, and it's real. So I hope to where I can get back to a normal way of living, but if not, you know, that's that might be a reality too. I was thinking about that earlier today because I make pretty good money, and being all permanently, I'm gonna lose some decent money, and that's another reality. Born and raised in California, but have traveled to 20. Oh wow, 28. Was you in the service? 28 states and DC, 28 countries and 4 continents. Wow, that's something that I said. I wanted to do more of. My focus was, after my kids got grown, because my grandmother, she traveled like that, got rest her soul. And I said I wanted to do that as well. And then COVID happened, and I just ain't been the same since. But that's something that I wanted to do. I said I want to travel. COVID is no, it ain't no joke. Yeah, I the reality is, and I was talking to my friend about that. I don't have a choice but to consider it because you know how we are culturally, like, eat no matter what, we like that fight or flight. Like, I've always had the mentality, even if I don't want to do it, I'm gonna do what I got to do, to maintain my lifestyle and in my life. Since COVID, I'm not able. Like, I want to do it, but what I want to do and what I'm able to do it ain't the same no more. So it's forced me to have to start looking at reality, like, what's really going on here, because I don't want to I'm not what I go back and set myself up for failure, and then you know what I mean? No. So how is that? Is Are you able to manage pretty well with permanent? Because that's the only thing that has been has made me somewhat fearful. I looked it up to see, the amount, but because I know that it might be a reality, and I'm like, wow. So then, and that's then I don't feel that bad, because I'm 50, you're only 59, so you know it happens to people in our age group. Shoot, you was younger than me, so. And that's the thing I've had to deal with too. It's like I might not feel like I'm old, but I ain't that young either. Because it's been a lot of times like I want to do it, but I just can't. So I if I end up on permanent, I'm definitely going. I probably go back to my home state. I'm not going to stay on the East Coast because it's too expensive, there's no reason for me to stay. I don't have any family or anything here, so I would go back to the Midwest. With lupus, I wanted to see the world and introduce myself. Exactly, I agree. I agree. And I've been thinking about that too. And the reality is, it's a lot of things that I can't do. Like, so I used to manage people, and then I've been on a special assignment, because I got sick from high stress and all that mess at work, managing others. Um, I haven't managed people since 2019. And now they like, if I went back, they would want me to manage people. How in the hell I'm gonna manage somebody and I can't even manage me? Like, some stuff is ridiculous. Um, and I don't believe everything that happened to me isn't just because of COVID. I was already sick before COVID because I was overworked, stressed, and depressed and anxiety. I was healing from work because I was off. That was the first time I started therapy because I was depressed, from just being overworked and high stress at work. And then that was in 2019. And then 6 months later, I caught that COVID. So I was already sick trying to get well. And then I caught COVID. I think that's how I was the first person to catch COVID because I had a low immune system. I was already, weak and trying to get better. And then when COVID hit, it almost took me out of here. It literally did. I actually should have filed workman's comp. I actually been thinking about I'm gonna call an attorney because it really shouldn't be on sick leave. Short term disability, then long term. I'm headed to long term now. My short term just ended, and I had to file for my long term, and I'm in the process of that. But it really should be workman's comp because I got sick. I got sick at work, so I've been thinking about talking to what do you call that? An attorney. Okay. I know I pay for one too with New York Life. And then after 65, what happens after that? Then it goes to Social Security. Is that how that works? It's the same here as where I'm from. It ain't no different. Sometimes I think it's the same. It ain't no different. All you get all 4 seasons, and actually on the East Coast, sometimes um it can get worse here because they got something that's called the nor'easter, where the weather gets really bad, and it ain't no different. I This weather, I've known it my whole life. But I would like to, like if I found somewhere where it was warmer and nicer, I would go. But it would have to be a reason, you know what I mean? Like I don't have any connections. So most my family is from the Midwest. Like I had everybody's either in Ohio, Michigan, or Illinois. I don't have family that I know that's, in warmer climates. So it would have to be a reason, or if I went and visited somewhere and I just loved it, Um, but I don't have enough experience. Like I got a sister, she um she live in Alabama, but some places I just ain't gonna live. I ain't living in Alabama, Mississippi, uh Kentucky. Certain places I'm not gonna do it. It's not recommended, guys. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with now. Um, what part of California are you in? Look, maybe I get settled. We could link up, do something. Me and it's a couple of us on here that's supposed to link up. Actually, be honest. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm entering in long now. I just exited short, and I just sent my. I actually because of COVID, you know, didn't realize they sent me paperwork last month, so I had to fill that out and submit it. So, should have been in last month, and I wouldn't pick my mail up, but it's like everyday task that was effortless and normal to me, no longer is that way. It Some things just don't come it's regular day-to-day things don't come natural anymore. It's a struggle. And that's been hard to deal with, especially when I deal with my cognitive exercises. And coming on here is actually an exercise too, because it helps you, like, when I read stories and I post them, that helps work my mind. um but before I was doing that, I could just sit there and my mind just be blank, and I don't know where to take it because it's just blank. And I still deal with that, but it's gotten better some. But I still have brain fog issues that they trying to help work me through. So that's not by LA or nothing, right? I'm not familiar with California. Is LA in Southern Cal? Is LA Southern California? I have a friend though, and I've been telling her for years and years that I was gonna come visit. Lisa lives in San Francisco, I believe. Yeah, she lives in San Francisco, and I've only been to California once. I was there for like 10 days, I think. It was San Jose, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. I loved the weather. The weather was it was nice. Definitely somewhere I like to visit. I actually liked that, I think, better than I liked when I visited Texas. Texas is another area that have nice or hot weather. I think I liked the California feel better than I liked the Texas feel. Texas, I mean, you can be in Texas and it take you a day to just get through Texas. Texas was it just, I don't know why. Texas was just a different feel for me. Yeah. So okay, 70 miles. So you can identify with me awareness that those are the things that I go through. I don't go to the mailbox every day. And then I'll when I finally do go, I might have like a stack of mail in there. A lot of it's a junk mail, but I also have I have the sense of feeling overwhelmed a lot. Like when it's the same pace, same routine, I'm okay. But that is when you throw in that change that gets me. And I don't like that at all. Okay. Okay. So you're closer to Los Angeles. Okay. So yeah, that's where my friend then she lives, and she been there a long time now too, and I ain't been to visit her yet. But like the East Coast though, California is I think California might even be more expensive than the East Coast. California ain't no joke. The East Coast ain't either. But I think California might even have them beat. I know a lot of people, um, if I'm not mistaken, from Louisiana and from California have moved. They have been a major influx in that Houston, Texas, and Dallas area. A lot of them moved there because Texas has gotten a lot more people. A lot of people are starting to move out of Atlanta too down there. But I'm not that way. Like I don't. If everybody going left, I'm going right. I don't follow the crowd. I ain't never had a desire to do what everybody else do. I tend to run away from what everybody else do. So that wasn't appealing to me, you know. Like when everybody was moving to Atlanta, that didn't appeal to me. And now the big shift is everybody the moving to Houston is the big one, but a lot of people are trickling into North Carolina too. Now, I've been in North Carolina before, not enough to really make a solid assessment of them, but I enjoyed North Carolina when I went there. I enjoyed visiting different parts of Texas, but not to stay. Their grids go down too often. Not enough infrastructure to support the growth in population. Yeah. And I don't think so either. They got a lot of those oil, areas because they do a lot of oil down there. I think they're gonna start struggling in Texas with that major influx. Like you said, I think it was somewhere nice to and I don't want to. I know they starting to have problems with, I think, they traffic as well. um like how they said Atlanta's traffic is really jacked up. um I think see, my mind goes blank. What was I saying? Oh, the traffic. They said all those people messed up Atlanta's traffic, and now they starting to, you know, see more challenges in that Houston area with traffic. I don't want to live my life in traffic neither. The East Coast, we got traffic. I go through tolls and stuff of that nature, but not to like, I don't know how to. I've never drove in New York, the Manhattan, Times Square, all that area. I wouldn't even know how. I wouldn't absolutely positively not try to drive in that at all. I would wreck my car. I know I would. I drove in New York, but not, those areas. I've caught the train there, but I've never experienced that Atlanta traffic to the extent of they describe it. My niece lived there. Like I said, my sister lived in Alabama. She lived in Auburn. She lived an hour outside of there. But and I've been through there when I was going to Florida. I spent the night at a hotel downtown, but I left out early, so I've never really had to navigate in that Atlanta traffic, and I don't want to neither. Uh, right now, like with my job, I live an hour away from my job. Well, 40 minutes, 45, no, 55 minutes. I'm sorry. Um, and that's plenty. And the older I get, I don't want. I want to take time off of that commute versus adding on. I don't want to live in the car. Even when I lived in the Midwest, I commuted, 45 minutes, and for a couple years, and then when I changed companies, about an hour, and I only was able to do that for a couple months, and then I moved close to my job. Like, some things I just don't want to do no more. We have that in common. I go opposite of everyone else too. Yeah, I can't. I ain't never wanted to, and I ain't gonna start at this age. I'm convinced they will try to do Texas like they did Louisiana. The Hurricane Katrina. I know every state has its issue. What you think that they gonna with the levees? Think they gonna flood it out? And you know what? So let's talk about that. That Louisiana. Do you think that was intentional to not warn those people in enough time? Because those people, if I remember back then correctly, did they have 24 or 48 hours warning or something like that? They had a very short warning time span, didn't they? And I think even the bigger issue was a lot of those people was in perverse areas, so they didn't have the means to get to areas where they could get out. Hey, how you doing? Welcome in. We just over here talking, join the conversation, having an organic conversation about whatever. Isn't that what happened? No awareness. They only had a short time period. When y'all come in, if you do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. When Hurricane Katrina, they had what, 24, 48 hour alarm or whatever to get out. Let me see if Siri will tell me. Hey Siri, when did the alarm go off for residents to evacuate in Hurricane Katrina?
Okay, I found this on the web for when did the alarm go off for residents to evacuate in Hurricane Katrina. Check it out.
Let me see. That ain't it. Let me see. It's me said, oh, you from New Orleans? Okay, let me see. And it was crazy. I moved from the No a year before Katrina, and it was, Lord Jesus, you just got out, didn't you? No levees, but their electric grids going down have caused freezing pipes, home losses. Got you. Okay. And Houston just they was no power the other day for a couple days because I follow this one guy that cooks, and he didn't have no power for 2 days, and people that was coming in his lives, he was asking them if they had power. They didn't have power, so he had to bring out the grill a couple times. You just got out, me. It's me. It's me said, I was down there the same week before it hit and almost got stuck down there. It rained so bad like never before, and I'm born and raised. Oh wow. So tell me this. How long did they give people that warning that it was coming before it actually started hitting and that people were stuck and couldn't leave? How short a warning was that? You remember? Where it says some areas did not get their warning alarms. Levees were not properly closed. Yeah, I remember about the levees because the levees broke, didn't they? The levee broke, and something about they knew that the levee was gonna break. Is that something like that? It's me. The levels were breached up, and yeah, that I remember sitting glued to the TV watching that and not really knowing how to digest all of that, you know? Hey, I don't remember how it was so much going on. They definitely, yeah. They knew. They knew. And that's scary. During winters, they would go down for weeks in Texas. Oh, wow. I'm trying to think. I vaguely remember something like that awareness because people didn't something else go on with like their heating and air, and because it was so bad they was getting price gouged by companies like astronomical, like people was having like $100,000 light or electric bills or something that went on several years back. You remember something like that? Something like that happened. That's crazy. Yeah, something gonna happen down there. I agree with you because the influx of people is so rapid. I don't believe it, they can keep up. I don't believe shoot, I know people And that's crazy. I don't know when this trend has started, but it's like culturally we are starting to be a see, do, and follow type people, where we all do, everybody doing the same thing. I don't get that. It's me said, hold on. Where we at? They were trying to run people out of town. Honestly, we know what color that was trying to run out of town or just wipe out. Because I don't know who, where, what. It might have been last night on a different live. Somebody was talking about Louisiana some this week, but they were saying how during that time, I forget the amount of prisoners they had, that they basically said that, say like it was 6,000 prisoners, at least 600-700 of them died in that situation. And then they said that when they interviewed like the police and all that, and they said they rather drown than to let them loose. It was something terrible. They treated them like animals. Yes, they knew of trouble with the levees, had been out there visiting 10 days before. Wow. But these are our realities. These are our realities. And you think people don't know stuff that's going on now, and they want to sound alarm. And that's what concerns me though, y'all, is I was talking to my friend the other day just about like with the elections and stuff coming up, and just like everything that that's on the agenda to impact minorities, impact us, and how we just seem to be ignoring it, looking the other way. We too worried about wigs and nails, getting our nails and getting a new wig. I'm like, it's much bigger than that. Like, it's like a lot of people's heads in la la land. I don't understand. I'm like, am I over here tripping, or does people not see what's going on here? And then I read an article that was offensive, and it says, so like with this content creation and stuff like that, when it comes to Black women, the main agenda that partnerships and brand deals is for wigs, hair, makeup, basically are the two deals. I want some money, but I don't want to wear a wig. And as I get older, I don't have time I wear makeup when I got somewhere to go. I don't, you know what I mean? And I don't even, and that's limited because my skin need to breathe. So, but that's what we are giving off, that, I'm like, neither one of those things I give a damn about. I want to talk about these policies and the future for my kids. Man, it's so much, so sad. It is. And it's a lot of people, and I understand those people that's in Texas, that came from Louisiana, because they was forced in that situation, and then a lot of times there was nothing to come back to. And then I also heard in Louisiana too that a lot of people lost their land. This was recently too, that say like if they got flooded out, the government did something to pretty much make it impossible for them people to rebuild or something. I can't remember, but we were just talking about this the other day. They took so many lives. Yeah, it's a shame. It's unbelievable. Because I remember sitting and watching that dome, that it was a sports dome, that if the people made it to the sports dome. And then what was even more eerie is, like months or maybe a year or so later, is all the crime that they say that happened in them domes. It was just a lot of the Katrina was just horrible everywhere, and we don't want to talk about the truth, yeah. A lot of stuff is done to us, but we do a lot of stuff too, and we need to really focus on helping our people to get well and be accountable. Because we throw a lot of stuff under the rugs that we shouldn't. And it's time for us to be honest with ourselves too. The following trend mentality is draining population control. Yep. Yep. Now they don't care. In those areas, they experience black flight and white flux. That right there, that, and it's been well taken advantage of. And yes, you see, that's what a lot of them are promoting because they're trying to make money. Yep. Hair poisoning black women with these chemicals on wigs, false nails, hair glue, and eyelash glue too. Listen, I'm very concerned. I am very, and we are so brainwashed. When I try to speak out about it, I try to speak out and educate about self-love, because I know historically, not just black people, people in general don't have self-love. I know that because I didn't have it, and when I found out what it was and I worked towards acquiring it, I realized not people I knew had it. I don't give a damn what color you are. We have that mentality as just a human race. Oh, people believe that they born with self-love, and you're not. You have to learn self-love. And when you try to tell people, like as far as all this mutilating of the body, that you hating and you jealous. It's like you can't, to tell somebody the truth, it will get you blocked or reported. They don't see that as a form of endearment or concern. I've tried to like say it in a way to like bring awareness, like, hey, you don't like, look, everybody got the same wig. I'm so sick of that damn wig. I don't know what to do. And y'all know what wig I'm talking about. That one wig is about to this length and it's got those baby hairs. Everybody got the same wig. And when you take those wigs off, all the women's hair, some, not all of them, but a lot of them, they head so so forehead and hairline so messed up, it's scary. That's not self-love. And we eating it up. We eating it up. It was sad what our black people was doing. Yeah, it's sad what we still doing. Listen, it's sad, but it's true. It's very true. And we need to be honest with ourselves. We need to quit pushing stuff under the rug and acting like, it don't exist, because it do. And just start, telling the truth and holding ourselves and others accountable. Black people won't get it together for nothing. I don't wear wigs. I have a beautiful full head of dreads. Never listen. I put this on because I don't. Some days I don't want to. I just don't feel like doing my hair. I let my hair. I got a ponytail. I keep look, and when this go, then I'm gonna cut it down. I'm gonna cut it down because I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that. I don't want to do all of that. But you tell somebody about that, y'all, and you hating, and you a loser. You a loser and a liar. And that's true. And then they'll say, and we've gotten so, it's a shame. It's just a shame. And I don't know how to say it in a way for people to hear it. How we have really bought into these lies and like have really gotten to the point to where I do anything to have a man. I don't give a damn what it is. It's terrible. Like we just we can't, like at any means necessary. I don't give a damn what I got to do, but I'm gonna get me a man. Like it's terrible. I ain't never seen nothing like this. You have pockets, where you see some unhealthy behavior in people and stuff, but you talking about overall now. Like it's overwhelming. Now you trying to sift and find people that have the basic amount of common sense. You know, it's it's terrible. Listen, I done seen them girls take off that wig, and it's something scary. Everybody got the same wig. And then if you notice, they have this, it's so fake and unnatural. I can't do it, but the way they talk and in their posture and mannerism is the same. But you know it's fake because everybody doing it. You know, I'm like, it's just terrible. Yes, I wear my natural curls. I really recently cut off 23 inches of my own hair. Never had chemicals on my head. Look, you lucky. Last time I got a perm was 10 years ago. I ain't had a perm in 10 years, and I never will again. And that's another thing. I didn't realize I don't have nappy hair. Growing up, like, so when I brush my hair is wavy, right? Like even ponytails. I put water on my hair is wavy. That's my father's hair. Growing up, I thought, and my hairdresser would always tell me I have a nice braided hair, and I used to be like, no, because I didn't know no better. When I was a little girl, because I was young as the fat girls, when my mother didn't want to comb our hair, my father took all 5 of us and got us a jerry curl. So once I went from jerry curl, I went to perms. And anytime I felt a wave in my hair, I took that as nappy. Not that that's a texture. So, girl, I wish I press charges on somebody. They try to put some chemicals on my head. They not beautiful without. Listen, and I know they ain't, and they know they ain't either. And that's the thing. And then and you got all these people that just is arrogant and cocky with the wig on, with the eyelashes on, with the fake personality and the nails. And don't forget that artwork, all that makeup, it'll transform you into a whole nother person. But take all of that off, and that attitude will go away, because that attitude don't match that fake personality. See, don't nobody love themselves no more. But they swear up and down they do. People that love themselves don't change themselves to that extent. I believe in self-care, and taking care of yourself. And sometimes you might need to do a little something, like a little enhancement or whatever. I ain't knocking that. But we talking about what is going on now. That is a true transformation. That is a true transformation. And everybody beautiful. Ain't nobody unattractive no more. And then they as cocky as they want to be. As cocky as they want to be. Listen, I seen somebody had posted a question. It was a guy. And it said something about, no, it was a woman. And I'm so tired of hearing about relationships and dating advice. I could give a damn. I ain't against love at all. But I'm not gonna waste and spend the rest of my life trying to find somebody. I gotta live. Here today, gone today. And I'm okay with, if don't nobody come my way, I'm gonna be all right. I love, but I can't, I'm not gonna be a slave to it. And these brides are slave to it. And they asked the question. A guy said he went, I seen a little clip online. It was dating questions. A guy asked a chick, he said, I wouldn't date you because you look like you take over an hour to put your makeup on. And she was like, well, okay. And they asked her, do you take over an hour? And she said, it takes about an hour. I ain't never took no hour to put on no damn makeup. That's a task. That's a tall task. If you got to put on makeup like that, what is going on? You are changing yourself. It should not take nobody no damn hour. But they creating a whole, it's art. It is art. And when you take all that stuff off, I would require somebody, if I really if I was a man, Before I really got serious with somebody, I would have to see them in their natural state. I would not. And if I couldn't see you in your natural state, then I couldn't be with you. We didn't used to get cosmetic. Nope. Since we did, we need BPL, our buzz. Listen, and that's another thing. A lot of us are starting to um like get lip fillers. I done seen some people, your lips naturally big. Why would you want them any bigger? It's almost it's like a mutilation type thing. Yeah, that's what I want to know. When did we start this? What about Poland and Germany flying black men in from all over the world to mate with white women? I saw that too. You saw that? Did you see? Oh, I didn't see that, but I just saw the other day that video. You talking about that video with that white woman saying about her black husband, and because he was used to basic black women. Hey guys, damn, I gotta go. I'm so mad, but I'm glad. I'm glad we called her too. She gone. For work calls. Say blessings. That was nice. Don't forget about walking around with all their body parts hanging out. Yep. And listen, it's terrible what's going on awareness, and you know it. And the thing about it is, they so far gone. If you say something, you the problem. If you say something, you the problem. I don't think she's seen that. Yeah, I had to catch up. What is going on with us awareness? I'm flabbergasted. I'm glad to run across some people that see what I see and that can identify the same things I identify. Because I'm just over here, just like, when did we get here? When did we get here? And it ain't nothing you can do with it, awareness. It ain't nothing you can do with it. It's so much divide. So look, we got the divide between the men and women, like you said. The black men, they act like we the worst thing that ever happened to them. And then you got the kids that they hate our guts. I mean, I ain't seen nothing like it. I saw that video too. She was saying we did cater to black men. Yeah. And that we wasn't no competition. That it was easy. And that it was, we didn't cater, and it was a cultural thing, period. Black men, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these black men out here are weak. They cry babies and they weak. And I don't have a lot of sympathy for them. For those that get it, I identify with them. But these other ones that's running around here, I ain't got time. I don't have time, and I don't even want to hear bye. They don't realize it ain't us they hate. They hate their damn self. You running over, they looking for help. They don't men don't want to be men no more. And I'm not I don't believe in coddling no man. I don't want to coddle. I'm not going to coddle a man. Yes, not too often find someone with similar exactly, because so I was watching. So I follow this young guy. He's a transgender. He actually very the one I posted a couple videos. I like him for the fact because I want to see him win. He was taken advantage of in the prison system. The young guy that I posted those couple videos. He on TikTok. He on YouTube now too, but he spends most of his time on TikTok. And I'll be trying to educate him on how to navigate so he can win. No, mine just went blank. Oh, but his transparency. So you have guys that have came out in the last several years that was kind of trying to educate young black guys about prison and not going, That's how this guy named Wallow from out of Philly, him and his cousin Gilly, they blew up. They got a podcast called $1 Million Worth of Game. They end up because Wallow came out of jail. He had spent, I don't know how many years he spent in jail, but it was a lot of years. He came out trying to educate the young black guy about the truths about jail, so they wouldn't go, go to jail and quit glorifying jail, because it's a setup for our young black men. And those two cousins coming out telling those harsh truths about prison, they end up getting a $100 million partnership deal with Barstool's betting company, and from telling jail stories, because nobody, that was like nobody came out telling the truth about jail, but he told it from a perspective as a black man. This young guy right here that I'm talking about now, he says it from a transgender, the truth about like being gay in jail, and the reality is all these girls be wanting these guys coming out of prison and stuff because they desperate. Everybody need a man. And a lot of these men be having full-blown relationships with these dudes in jail. And they come out of jail acting like they don't like men, but the whole time they didn't been in jail, they had a boyfriend. Too many black women are taking care of black men. Get things enough to provide a heart. Listen, I ain't taking care of no man. I ain't taking care of nobody. I'm taking care of me. I got a daughter that she's still in college. I'm gonna help her as much as is feasible, as I've been doing, but I still got limits with her. And outside of that, and that's the thing. I know I had a friend. I remember once I was saying, said I don't take care of no man. I said I don't like men with no money, and I don't. I've never been attracted to men that don't have no money. And they say gold diggers. I'm not a gold digger because I've always taken care of me and I've always had a good job. I like men with money. I ain't never waited on not one of them to eat nor to buy me. I take care of me, but you got to come to the table. You got to have something. And I prefer you to have more than me. A lot of times these chicks, well, our era, that was, they say that was the gold digging era. Now you got the ones with the chick that they call Sprinkle, Sheer Savage. She trains them young girls, how to get quote unquote providers. But the world has changed so much in order to have a healthy relationship, because number one, it takes two people in this world. We ain't trust funds. We come from slavery, not white privilege. So you want to sit on your back because you a girl and you think you cute, a fake cute at that, because everybody plastic, and you ain't got to work. That's why I encourage my son. I said, nah, don't be with nobody that want to sit on her butt. I said, because that ain't nothing but a problem, and you ain't rich. You got to work, and so does she. No man from, let me see. No man from jail down low and passing on diseases to, listen, that has been one, and that it's still that still is on the uptick. It's so many black women that have conjured these diseases because of these down low men. And that's the thing. So I was on TikTok last night. I was gonna record it, but I didn't feel like it. They talked about that. My little friend, he going live again tonight. I'm about to go on TikTok in a minute. Matter of fact, let me make sure he ain't on. And it was talking about how them guys, the boys in the jail, and she was like, because a lot of girls was asking him questions because they man in jail and they got a lot of years, and she was telling them to go on with their life because they got them guys got women in jail, and she said, if you don't think so, she said, if you, and the letters y'all write, everybody in jail then read them. They'll pass them letters around, and he don't even read them half the time because he focused on his mate in jail. And that and if you the mate, like he was the chick in jail, he said that he would encourage that guy to call like the women like us on the outside so she can keep sending money, because we need that money. Everything he told was the truth. I said he ain't lying. I hope y'all listening. It's required. And I told my son that. I said, and don't be bothered with nobody that don't, because his little chick, she act like she didn't want to work. I said, then get rid of her. I said, because you don't want no woman like that. I said, it take two people. I said, so what? You work like a dog and she sit on her butt? I said, trick no good. I said, get rid of her. But if she don't want to work, she ain't the one for you. And I meant that. You know, but that's how these girls, they want the best of everything, but they don't want to do nothing. It's unreal. You know, but this my little young buddy that I found on TikTok, the one I posted those clips, he telling the truth, and these young people need to listen. But you got some girls, they got real raunchy over there. I'm sitting there, I like to engage and listen. I go in them lives and listen because I learn a lot. It helps me to understand what's really going on out here. And I got you. Listen, I might come back on tomorrow, but if not, leave me a comment under one of my videos and let me know how you feeling tomorrow. I'm glad you came on. I'm gonna say a prayer for you and you feel better, my friend. And we'll talk soon. Have a good night.